Political science, Gandhism, Satyagraha. Write a short note on Satyagraha. West Bengal Higher Secondary Examination 2022 and 2019, 8 marks. Answer. Introduction. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, popularly known as Gandhiji, was an outstanding leader of the Indian national movement. His personal beliefs, ideas, experiences, and his life philosophy is reflected in his political journey and his struggle for independence. His followers and admirers, known as Gandhiji'S, compiled his views, speeches, and life stories and propounded a political philosophy or ideology called Gandhism. Satyagraha is an important aspect of his political philosophy. The persons who follow the path of Satyagraha are known as Satyagrahis. Vincent Sheehan, in his famous work, namely Lead Kindly Light, has commented that the idea of Satyagraha is the supreme invention of Gandhi. Etymological meaning. The term Satyagraha is a combination of two Sanskrit words, namely Satya, that is truth, and Agraha, that is insistence or holding firmly. Satya is derived from the word Sat, which means being. That implies nothing is or exists in reality except truth. So, Satyagraha means holding firmly onto the eternal reality, that is truth. Definition. Many people considered Satyagraha as a method of political movement carried against the British Raj. According to Gandhiji, Satyagraha is literally holding on to the truth. It means and therefore is known as soul force. According to John V. Bandurant, Satyagraha is an instrument of struggle for positive objectives and fundamental change. Professor Nirmal Kumar Basu has depicted Satyagraha as a weapon of waging war in non-violent way. To Krishnalal Siddhirani, Satyagraha is a direct non-violent struggle. According to Dr. Buddhadev Bhattacharya, Satyagraha is a method of struggle against the evil and a way of settlement of disputes. M.N. Jha defines Satyagraha as ethical self-realization through the process of dialectics. So, various political scientists and leaders have defined Satyagraha according to their own view. Most of them has defined Satyagraha as a method of movement carried against the British Raj. Gandhiji emphasized on the literal meaning of Satyagraha, whereas some of the leaders or political scientists has defined Satyagraha as an instrument of non-violent struggle. Among the persons or the leaders who has described it as a non-violent struggle, some of the critics or some of the leaders has described it that it is a struggle only against the British Raj. Some of them has described it as a struggle for the positive objectives or fundamental change, or some of them has depicted it as a struggle against any kind of evil in the society. However, M.N. Jha has took Satyagraha to another dimension. From moral point of view, he has described Satyagraha as ethical self-realization through the process of dialectics. Sources: Gandhiji's political philosophy was rooted in the fundamental ethical aspects of various religions, like desireless action of Gita, simple lifestyle described in Ramayana, teachings of Vedas and Upanishads, ahimsa of Buddhism, self sacrifice of Jainism, Islamic belief of oneness and brotherhood, Christian ethics of love, etc. In addition, Gandhiji was deeply influenced by three personalities: Raichand Bhai Mehta by his living contact, Leo Tolstoy by his book The Kingdom of God is Within You, and John Ruskin by his book Unto the Last. Apart from this, Henry Stephen Salt, Giuseppe Mazzini, Edward Carpenter, Henry Maine, Helene Blavatsky have also influenced him. Principles: the underlying principles of Satyagraha are as follows. Number 1. Truth or truth force. Gandhi emphasized the importance of truth as the guiding principle of Satyagraha. It involves holding firmly to truth even in the face of adversity or falsehood. Gandhi believed that truth has a force of its own, and Satyagraha or truth force can ultimately prevail over injustice. He was of the opinion that a truthful person will not harm his opponent but will make them friends. Truth is the means as well as the end. The truth is not only truthfulness in words but truthfulness in thought also, and not only relative truth but the absolute truth. He searched for truth throughout his life and summed up his experience in his autobiography, namely My Experiments with Truth. Number 2. Active resistance. Satyagraha is a way of resistance against the evil. However, this resistance is not passive cowardice or a negative concept, but constructive self-sacrifice or an active struggle. According to Gandhiji, Satyagraha through non-violence does not mean submission to the will of evil, nor passivity or sitting idle in the face of an evil. Rather, it is the sole force to constant resist and oppose against the evil, not by another evil but by the truth. Non-violence or ahimsa. Satyagraha is fundamentally rooted in the principle of non-violence. Gandhi believed that non-violent resistance is the powerful force that can bring about social and political change without resorting to physical violence. It involves resisting oppression, injustice, or tyranny through the non-cooperation and civil disobedience, while maintaining goodwill towards the opponent. In his article entitled The Doctrine of the Sword, Gandhiji says that between cowardice and violence, he would prefer violence. Because if there is a violence in one's mind, it is good to use it open, then to practice non-violence and to hide one's impotence. A violent man can become non-violent one day, but there is no hope for a coward. Non-violence can also be a good weapon for those who are morally strong against those who are physically strong but morally weak. Gandhiji regarded non-violence as the supreme concept for reformation of politics. Number 4. Self-suffering. Gandhiji himself considered Satyagraha and his allied concepts as the new name of self-torture. Gandhiji stressed on the importance of self-suffering or tapasya as the means to demonstrate commitment and resolve in Satyagraha. Satyagrahis willingly endure hardships, including imprisonment, physical violence, or social ostracism, without retaliation. Persuasion and suffering are two methods by which a Satyagrahi can achieve success. Satyagraha is based on a conviction that through the principles of love and self-suffering, one can rouse morality in his opponent. Suffering strengthens those who suffer and weakens those who inflict suffering. This self-suffering is not passive acceptance, but a powerful form of protest that appeals to the conscience of the oppressor and the society at large. When evil or untruth become aggressive, a Satyagrahi should remain passive to conquer evil by allowing untruth to surrender. Number 5. Bravery. According to Gandhiji, only a brave person can practice Satyagraha and non-violence in its real sense. A coward does not face danger, he runs away from it. However, a Satyagrahi moves fearlessly into the dreadful jaws of violence. He does not fear to believe on the inner humanity of his brutal opponent. Number 6. Life philosophy. Satyagraha was not only a method merely limited on way to resolve conflict in a situation that is subsisted between an alien ruler or a subject community. For Gandhiji, it is the eternal law of love, truth, and non-violence and self-sacrifice. His philosophy of life, method of struggling against and opposing and resisting evil. It is the soul force or God-given power within us. It is necessary for the model growth of human being. Number 7. Dual or universal benefit. The oppressor and the victim both will be benefited by way of Satyagraha. Thus, the entire society will develop. Means of Satyagraha. Satyagraha can be achieved by various means, which can easily be detected from Gandhi's political journey, like civil disobedience, that is, non-following the rules made by the oppressive government by a large number of people. Non-cooperation, that is, refusal to help the oppressive government to achieve its goals. Picketing, that is, block the way of the oppressor and his helpers. Fasting. Fasting can be of two types. Token fasting, that is, fasting for a period of time with warning that if our demands or the person who are fasting, their demands if not fulfilled, they will continue fasting. And the second step of fasting is fasting till death. Strikes, that is, refuse to work. Renouncing title, that is giving up privilege attached to the title. Like Rabindranath Tagore has renounced his title of knighthood given by the British Raj. Next, resign from the government post. That is not to work with the government, with or under, whatever it is. Next, boycotting British goods. That is, refuse to buy or use British goods, as well as manufacturing our own goods of similar nature. It is called the Swadeshi movement of Gandhiji. Next, criticism. Gandhiji's concept of Satyagraha has been criticized by the critics in the following aspects. Number 1. C.M. Case in his book Nonviolent Coercion, a study in methods of social pressure, criticized Satyagraha as a method of indirect coercion by creating mental pressure on the opponent. Because there is an element of compulsion in Satyagraha, if not direct coercion. Satyagraha contains an aspect of coercion in somewhat modified form. Number 2. Gandhi's concept of non-violence is considered by many as utopian. His theory is more or less religion, moral and spiritual prescription that has hardly any connection with reality. Number 3. Gandhi's teaching of self-sacrifice, self-suffering, self-immolation, non-possession, perseverance and patience can hardly be expected from an ordinary man, particularly of that dimension as demanded by Gandhi. Number 4. The suffering of an innocent person to make a change in a brutal person is not considered to be reasonable. Number 5. Gandhi's idea is religiously motivated and dedicated to divine spirit. But such concept of Gandhi may not be acceptable to all, particularly who are secular and or who are atheists. Number 6. It is doubtful if non-violence can be absolute in nature. That means if we can follow non-violence in every sphere of life. Gandhi himself supported China to take up arms against Japan in 1940 when Japan was carrying a ruthless aggression and unprovoked warfare against China. Number 7. Vincent Cian holds that the Western world is not by temperament in any way prepared for Satyagraha. The Western thinkers fail to appreciate the dynamic and militant character of Gandhiji's theory of non-violent Satyagraha. Number 8. Karl Trespers points out that Gandhi's theory may be great in supra-political seriousness, but cannot be a signpost for political action. Number 9. It is held that against total violence, there is no relief or help in less violence nor in non-violence. Number 10. There is hardly any chance of application of Satyagraha in a totalitarian country, not to speak of its success. So, in front of Hitler, if a Satyagrahi protests, Hitler will kill the Satyagrahi. There would be no change in the heart of Hitler, Number 11. According to Sayyid Shahidullah, Satyagraha is a trap of bourgeoisie, type of cheating that misguides and misleads the people and diverts their class hatred to a wrong path. It means he has described Satyagraha from the Marxist point of view. Number 12. M.N. Roy alleged that Gandhi's creed of non-violence has crushed the potential and capabilities of the people and has helped a lot in weakening the national liberation struggle. Number 13. Narohari Kaviraj alleged that Gandhiji's thought is sufficiently safe to conduct movements with the help of elites known as Satyagrahis nominated by him. Importance or relevance. In India and in South Africa, Satyagraha was a successful method of political movement carried on against the British Raj. In addition to this, Gandhiji's non-violent civil disobedience as a way to oppose forms of oppression and injustice has inspired many subsequent political figures, including Martin Luther King Jr. of United States, Julius Nyerere of Tanzania, Nelson Mandela and Steve Biko of South Africa, Lech Walesa of Poland, Aung San Suu Kyi of Myanmar, and Jawaharlal Nehru and Anna Hazare of India. Moreover, today's impatient world need to follow Gandhian philosophy to resolve socio-economic political disputes, to reform politics, to purify and unify society, and to construct a disciplined and secular environment helpful for humanity. Moreover, this theory leads us to the world peace, which is the most needed requirement in the present world. Please like, share, and comment, and please subscribe our channel. Thank you.